movement of the people or from one place. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. You can continue. No issues.
Yeah.
Ha.
Okay. So, yes, modes of transport. The modes of transport describes the way goods are transported. So, modes of transports, what does it mean? It means the different ways of transportation. What do you want? Homework. Okay, there are basically 5 different modes. So we are going to see the different modes, which are the first one is the railways, then the roadways, airways, then the waterways, pipelines, and multimodal. Now you must be familiar with the railways, roadways, airways, waterways. I think this pipeline is a little different for you must not be knowing this, and the multimodal. So we will see them in detail now. So here you can, in the picture you can see that there are different modes of transportation. You can see the roadways, the vehicles running on the road, then the airways, the aeroplanes moving in the air, then the waterways. You can see the ships. Ships are moving. These are all interconnected. The dotted lines you can see. So that what does it mean? It means that they are interconnected. Means suppose now I'll give you one example. We'll see the examples now. See, we have given some specific conditions in this context. Tell with reasons which means of transport and route will you take. Means now some situation is giving to you all and you have to decide which means of transport and route which you are going to select. The first condition is that you have to reach Bhopal from Nagpur due to some emergency. Now some emergency is there and you have to reach to Nagpur from Bhopal. So which mode of transportation you will choose? Okay, so you have to decide. Then the next is you have to reach Kanyakumari carrying the message of cleanliness. So there is no time limit for it. So second condition is that you have to reach Kanyakumari and you have to carry the message that of cleanliness, and there is no such time limit. Means you can how much time you require, you can take it. The next one is send the Alfonso mangoes from Konkan to Arab countries. So this is the transportation of Alfonso mango from Konkan, where it is produced on a large scale, to the Arab countries. Means out of our country, that is out of India, we have to export it. So we'll see now. First, is the emergency from Bhopal to Nagpur you have to reach. So which mode of transportation you will choose over here? You will choose over here airways. Why? Because that is the fastest. So in emergency you can reach within a very less time. And the next one is see, by the airways you can reach within the minimum time. Then from you have to go to Kanyakumari and you have to carry the message of cleanliness. The best choice is that by the train. Okay, then the next condition was you have to export Alfonso mango from Konkan to the Arabian countries. So first thing is that Konkan sea is there. So by the airways you can means a large quantity of Alfonso mango you can transport by the ship. Okay, from the ship you can from the Konkan to the Mumbai you can go by the waterways, and from there then further you can export them by the airways. So 2 modes of transportation you can choose over here, or otherwise directly waterways we can go to the country from this Konkan to that country. Okay, now here next condition is in any variety of crop, a variety of rice has to be exported from Pune to Cape Town to South Africa at low cost. So here cost should be low, and in any variety of rice that we are having from Pune we have to export to the Cape Town in South Africa. Then the next condition is large scale production of vegetables in Nandurbar has taken place, but is not fetching a good price. Okay, so vegetables are produced in Nandurbar, but they are not getting a good price. So the Nagpur Surat National Highway and the Surat Bhusawal railway line passes through the district. So here highway is also going and Bhusawal railway line is also going. So you can choose both the both the modes of transportation. First you can choose the railways, by the railways, then the first you can choose the roadways. Okay, by the national highway you can reach the Surat Bhusawal, the nearest railway station, and from there you can go through the district. Then the next is you have to go to Singapore from your village town. So you have 10 days to do the same. So to Singapore you are going to go, but you have before only you can do the planning. Why? Because you are having 10 days in your hand. So which mode of transport? So many multi-modes you can use. You can go by the, from the village you can go by the roadways, and you reach the city. Then from there you can take the railways, and then you can, when you are gone to the metro city like Mumbai or Pune, from there you can go by the airways. So these are the modes, different modes you can use for transportation. So see, it's from the Pune to Cape Town, how it is transported. The Indrayani rice we have seen the first condition. So multi-modes you can use according to your convenience. See roadways. Here is the picture of the roadways. All the roads are very well constructed, and you can see the railways, the network of railways you can see now over here. The waterways. So the big ship is going through the water body. Then airways. Top airlines you can see now. These are the names of the airlines, top airlines which we are having in India. Kingfisher, then Indigo, Air Asia. So all Jet, Spice Jet. So these are the different airlines we are having in India. Now this is pipeline. Now this is something very little different that you all don't know. This is the pipeline, means one of the year the mode, this mode of transportation is used for only the liquid gases goods. Okay, the liquid or gaseous goods which we have to transport them. So this is the easiest way for liquid and gases. See pipelines. You can see in the picture construction of pipelines how it is done. See, so the very remote areas the pipelines are constructed. Okay, now the factors to be considered for transportation. Now, which are the factors which are very important for transportation? First thing is the distance. Okay, the distance, how much distance is there you have to go, is from your destination, how much distance is required to reach your destination. That should be, first you should estimate that. Then physiography. Physiography is the structure. Okay, it's different structures of the landforms. Then routes and means, how many routes are there, and means which mode of transportation is available over there. Then the market, where the marketplace is, nearby it is, far away. Then the climate of that particular region, that this is very important. Then the time required, how much time is required for that. Then duration. Then the products, it depends upon the products also, which products you are going to transport, depend upon the products also. Sometimes the example is this, perishable products, if the vegetables are there, fruits are there, so we have the limited time for them to transport, because otherwise they are going to get damaged and we will not get the good price of it. So it depends upon the products also. And some products are there that those are very, means you can try them and you can, then after that you can export them. So for that we don't require a very fastest mode of transportation. You can transport them by the train also. Then convenience is there, you can choose according to your convenience. Then costing also you have to see, when you're exporting something, when you're transporting something, costing, how much costing is, you have to add them. Okay, then only you have the profit. So costing is also very important. As I have told you, physiography means different landforms. You can see in the picture, mountainous regions, okay, then water bodies. Now, transportation is a basic infrastructure. Development of transportation infrastructure is an indicator of the development of the country or that region. Okay, so development of transportation infrastructure means what? Infrastructure means construction, that construction of roads, the railway networks, then the construction of airports and all this is the transportation infrastructure. So development of this infrastructure is what? Indicator of the development of the country, means how much it is good. The transportation infrastructure is where it is very well developed, that country is shows that that country is very well developed, or that particular region is very well developed. The reforms in transport sector enhance the dynamicity of the frigid and passengers in a region. Industries and markets develop, economic growth, per capita income, gross domestic product. So the transportation sector, this is the this is the factor which is very responsible for the industry's market development. Okay, where the roads are very good. Okay, otherwise the transportation system, modes of transportation system, where it is very developed in that particular region. So in that particular region, the industries will be very well developed. Why? Because of the transportation system. Then markets will also develop slowly over there. Okay, automatically the economic growth of that particular region will be more. If the per capita income or domestic and the gross domestic product, that will increase if the transportation system is very good. Okay. Now the western part of Satara district is occupied by the Sahyadris and its offshoots and its elevators is higher. Its topography is undulating. In this region lies the extensive Sivsagar reservoir of Koyna Dam. So in the picture you can see, this is the western part of Satara district where it is having the Sahyadri hills and its offshoots are there. And its elevation is very high, means its height is very high and the topography is undulating. The region is having the reservoir of Sivsagar, that is of Koyna Dam. You all know the Koyna Dam is very big dam in Satara district. Then the central and the eastern part of the districts are comparatively of lower and medium elevations. So compared to the western side of the Satara, the eastern and central part of them are very low. Okay, and the elevations, the height is also very means medium. It is not so high that where it is in the western. Okay. Now consider the physiography of Satara district. The transport network is spare in the west. So we have seen in the west what it is there, whereas its density on the eastern side is medium. So what the transportation is very, the transportation network is sparse, means less in the western side. And why? The reason we have already seen. Why? Because there are, the topology is so the western is having the elevation is very high, the mountainous region it is. So network of transportation is over there less. Whereas in the eastern side it is medium. Comparatively, the central part of the district has a dense transport network. And central part is having very good dense network of transportation. You may have noticed that a national highway and a railway route pass through this part of the district. Even the national highway and the railway route also passes through the central part of the district. There are many road networks connecting the highway. You will realize that the physiography, that is the hills, valleys, rivers, etc. of a region affects its transport routes. So now you can see the road networks are connected, the highways and the physiography, that the hills and all, they are very responsible for the transport routes. Okay, So where the hills are there, valleys are there, rivers are there. So there it is not possible to do the construction of the roads and all. So there the transportation network is very poor. Now importance of transportation. So why it is important transportation system? Extending trade and network. So if the trade and network has to be extended, transportation should be good. Rapid industrialization, because of transportation, industrialization takes place. Availability of employment opportunities. So employment opportunities will be made available if the transportation system is very good. Then the regional connectivity, yes, this is very important. The region is connected with each other because of transportation. Utility of the site is used very, means it is used, made use of the site. Then overcoming scarcity, then decreasing regional imbalance. So where the regional imbalance is there, means one region is only explored and one region, one side of the region is only used. So this will not happen if the transportation is good. Why? Because connectivity is there, you can reach to the all part of that region if transportation is good. So imbalance will not be there in the region. Then tourism development, yes, if the transportation system is good, tourism will be developed because the people will have the willingness to come to visit to that place because of the good transportation system. So they will do come and visit that place and thus tourism will be developed. Now green corridor. Now what is green corridor? It happens that sometimes a dead person has donated his organs. In such case, such organs needs to be transported from the donor's location to the receiver urgently. So you must have heard this before also, that the person's before his death here, the person donates his organs. Okay. So what happens then in such condition? Such organs which are donated by the person from that place, it has to be transported immediately to the receiver. Why? Because the organs has to be transplanted. So the organs has to be urgently moved to the receivers. For this organ transfer, all types of routes are cleared of all obstacles. First of all, what? If such condition is there, so the organ is transferred. Before that, by which mode of transportation that is going to be done? So all obstacles are clear. If the roads are if the roads are busy, they are made clear. This is called green corridor. Consequently, rapid transport of the organs can save the receiver's life. So thus, the green corridor is what? Transfer of organs from the donor to the receiver. Okay, and that also very fastly, urgently. So thus, it helps to save the receiver's life. Okay, you can see in the picture. See, the roads are not, the traffic is not there on the roads. It is very clear road. It is made. Why? So that the organ can reach the receiver and it can save the receiver's life. Now, RO or roll on, roll off transport. Transportation can be done from one station to another station using railways. Okay. So what transportation can be done from one station to another using railways? Freight transport is carried out on a large scale on national highways. It is costlier than railways. Okay. So the freight means very big amount, big quantity of goods or products are transported on a large scale on from the national highways, but it is costlier. Okay, it is costlier than the railways. As a solution or via medium to the media, the road transport system has started being used in India. So the cost should be less. Okay, for that, the solution has been taken, that is the road transport system. So that is used in India. In this system, the truck loaded with goods are transported to desired station through a goods train. Okay. So the trucks are loaded with the goods and those trucks are only transported to the desired station through goods train. So you must be knowing the goods train, the train which is carrying only the goods, no passengers are there. in that trains. From there, the trucks take the goods ahead to desired location. So from there, the trucks are then again move ahead to the desired location where they have to be reached. As railways are used for part of the distance, cost of transportation is reduced. So where the railways are used, so that reduces the cost. Thus, cost of fuel pollution caused by the truck can be reduced. So it is very beneficial that the cost is only not reducing, but the pollution also is reduced. Use of Ro-Ro service started in Konkan Railway for the first time in India. So remember this, the use of Ro-Ro service. Take another. So the use of this Ro-Ro service has started first time in Konkan by the Konkan Railways in India. So transportation is a basic infrastructure. Development of transportation infrastructure is an indicator of the development of the country or that region. So we have seen all this. Just we'll have again a glance at it. The reforms in transport sector enhance the dynamicity of freight and passengers in the region. Also, industries and markets develop. Economic growth gets a boost. Per capita income and gross domestic product increase too. Okay, so this is what we have seen in the transportation. Traveling becomes comfortable. Then transportation is done without any damage to the goods. The selling price to be paid by the customer is not described by the cost of production only. This is very important. The selling price is not only decided by the cost of production, but this transportation is also added in it. It is decided by the transport cost and the production cost. The transport of freight should be done rapidly and safely. The price of the goods can be kept low if the transportation is affordable. And this is very important. The price of the goods can be kept low. The price will not increase if the transportation is affordable. Means it can be cheaper. Then the selling price will be less only. It will not keep on increasing. Gross domestic product. Now what it is the value of all services produced and consumed within the national economic strength. So it is about all the services, the produced and the consumed. Okay, production also and consumption also within the national economic strength. That is GDP, per capita income. Per capita income or average income measures the average income earned per person in a given area. So per capita income or average income measures the average income earned per person in a given area. Examples are the city, region, country, etc. in a specific year. So in a particular year, how much the income is there per person in a given area, it is calculated. It is calculated by dividing the area's total income by its total population. So simply it can be calculated by the total income of that particular area by the total population. So you will get the per capita income. Now we will move to the next topic, that is the communication. So transportation we have seen. Like transportation, communication is also a basic infrastructure. So as the transportation we have seen, this is also communication is also basic infrastructure is there. Communication or exchange of information is an important process in today's area. So what is communication is what exchange of information, and it is very important process in today's time. So here you can see in the picture, the laptop is shown, mobile is shown, then the YouTube, books. Okay, so all these things are the modes of communication through which we exchange the information from one person to another. It is exchanged. So means of communication you can see previously in ancient means very previously it was postal services very used. These were only used that time. Then came the telecommunication, that is the this thing, landlines and all this. Then the courier services, you all know, you can whatever you want, the goods transport from to your friends or relatives, you can just courier courier them. Emails, you all know the messages. Then internet services and social media. So internet services, all are knowing now. What is internet services? So by the help of internet, you can use the different social media. Then radio. Previously, radio was used. Then came the TV. Newspapers are also used from the ancient times only. So these are the different means of communication. In today's modern age, man-made satellites are an important and effective means of communication. So in today's modern time, man-made satellites are very important and they are very effective means of communication. The exchange of means through mobiles, watching programs on TV, getting updated information regarding climatic conditions, etc., is possible simultaneously through man-made satellites. So whatever we are having, we are using the mobiles example, then watching the programs on televisions, then getting updated informations about the climatic conditions. So in the news, we are getting the information that the climate for the 2 days, it is going to be very cold or heavy rain, it is going to be there. So all these news we are getting. How it is, how we are getting? We are getting because of the man-made satellites. Okay. So these satellites provide us with the information. And the internet, what we are using, all those because of the satellite only, man-made satellite. You can see in the picture, the satellite picture is also shown. Satellite images obtained by remote sensing facilitate study of sources on Earth's surface and help in regional planning. This is also very important. So with the help of satellite images, okay, the images we get, the photo we get from the satellite that shows the resources which are available on the Earth's surface. And also we can plan according to, so which region we have to exploit more and where we are finding which mineral or whatever we want. So we can go to that particular region with the help of these images. Now in this age of internet and social media, everyone needs to use this system. Okay. So we know that because of internet, social media we can use and everyone is using nowadays. The government of India is insensitivizing the use of online trading, payment, money transfer, etc. So we all know that our government is what they are more giving emphasis on the use of online trading. So you can buy online, means whatever online selling or buying you can do. And payments also, money transfer also you can buy online. So many apps or applications which can be used on mobile phones have been developed. Okay, so we are knowing many apps are there on our mobile cells, so we can use them for money transfer or for buying or selling anything online. So online trading also can be done. For example, they haven't given the Bhim app, SBI, anywhere. So these example, they have given these apps which you can use for the money transfer or payment of your bills or anything. Through this communications facility, we can pay various bills, sell, buy, and carry out such transactions. So through these apps, you can pay various bills, whatever telephone bills or any electric bills, any bills you can pay. You can sell anything, you can buy anything, and you can carry out the transactions, money transfer or anything. So in the picture, you can see Amazon Pay is there, SBI is there, then Bhim app is shown. So we have seen now only how the man-made satellites are very important for us. So you can see in the picture here now, see the video conferencing is going on, the virtual meeting. Okay, this is all possible because of the internet, and that is because of the man-made satellite. So now website, email hacking, fraud, theft, attack, war, terrorism, theft of information, economic frauds, attacking important websites. So what all this is all is called a cyber crime. So even if we are having many advantages of this internet and social media, there are also some disadvantages, that the emails and websites are sometimes hacked by the hackers, and sometimes the fraud is also done. So by clicking on the any website, if you click them, then they are asking you the number and OTP and all that. So fraud of money also can be done, theft can be done. Okay, so all this is the disadvantages of internet, that is given the name cyber crime. So you can see this is the picture of the newspaper. Cybercrime cases go from 25 to 155 in 2 months. See, cybercrime is increased so much from 25 to 155 in just 2 months. It has happened. So many crimes have happened about the cybercrime. So you have to be very alert. So you should not reveal our information before ensuring security. So anywhere on the social media, you should not give your information. You should not put any sensitive information or personal information on social networking site, blogs, etc. So any secret or any sensible very information about your personal information, you should not share them on the social network. Why? Because reading this information only someone can cheat you. Okay, now we will move to the question answers. Okay, now see. Read the map of Satara district and answer the following questions. Now this is the map of Satara district, and we have to, by reading it, we have to answer the questions. In which region do you find a dense network of transport routes in the map? Now where is the dense network? Dense network means good network. Where it is? We have seen it is in the central part of Satara district. So why the reason is because here the physiography is convenient for the transportation. How is the physiography of the region with a dense network? How it is a lower elevation. Okay, the height is lower. Which region has a sparse network of transport routes? Now where it is very less network of transport? The western region of Satara. So we all know the reason why it is less in the western part. We have seen already, because of the hills and the high elevations. Also the reservoir of Koyna Dam is also over there. So the western part is having sparse network of transport routes. How is the physiography of this region? Physiography of this region means western region. How it is? It is high elevation. Look for the regional lacking transport routes. The western region of Satara district lacks transport routes. Example, they have given Chandoli, Koyna, Nagar. So these are the regions which are lacking of transport routes. What kind of obstructions can you find there? So what kind of obstructions are there? The western region of Satara district has obstructions from the Sahyadri ranges and Bhamnoli ranges. So you can see the western region of Satara district has obstructions from the Sahyadri ranges, the Sahyadri mountains and Bhamnoli ranges. This is also what this mountains, Bhamnoli mountains. Make a list of various means of communication you are aware of. So we have seen the picture of the various means of communications. Postal services, telecommunication, courier services, email, internet service, TV, newspaper. So these all we are knowing. We are aware of these communications, means of communications. For what do you use them? So what is the use of this? Telecommunication. By using mobile and landline, national and international call can be done. So by using the mobile landline, not only national but international calls also can be done. Television. To know about the current happening around the world, latest updates on various issues, etc. So what is the use of television? So what is happening around us in the world? We can get the latest news on various issues, what is happening going on. Then the courier services used for sending parcels, envelope or documents to the required destination. So sending the parcels, then documents to the required destination. Whatever documents you have to send, you can send by the courier services. Then email, to send a message to multiple receiver, photos, media files can be sent. So we all know that when we want to send one message only to many people, so this is very good. Email, you can email and many people can receive at one time. And photos also. Then media files, whatever files you want to send, you can send by the emails. Then internet services, to get any information anytime and anywhere. So internet is very helpful for getting any type of information and anywhere. To use social networking and social media to stay connected with my friend. So by using the social media, social network, so you can stay connected with all your friends, relatives, okay, your near and dear ones. So this is very important. Newspapers now, to get different news from different corners of the world. So by with the help of newspaper, you get different news from different corner of the world. To view advertisement and read articles for entertainment. The newspaper not only provides with the news, but it gives you the information of advertisement. Many advertisements are also there, and many articles are also there, which you can read out for entertainment. Now, differentiate between railways and roadways. So the basic points they are given. On the basis of those points, you have to differentiate. So railways, carrying passenger capacity is more. So the capacity of goods carrying or passenger anything is very much, means maximum. Roadways, carrying capacity is limited. Then distance, suitable for long distance. Railway is suitable for long distance, and this roadways is suitable for short distance. Then railways does not provide door-to-door services. This is C. This is that the railways do not provide door-to-door services, whereas roadways provide door-to-door services. Then traffic, there is no problem of traffic jam on railways, but there is problem of traffic jam on roadways. Railways do not create a problem of air pollution. Yes, pollution is not created by railways, but roadways create a problem of air pollution. Because of the fuels used by the vehicles, it is leading to pollution. What happened? Next one is transportation and communication. Transportation is the movement of humans, animals, and goods from one place to another, one location to another. And what is communication? Communication is the exchange of information, ideas, and messages by speaking, writing, or some other media. Okay. So transportation is just movement, moving from one place to another. It may be humans, animals, goods, etc. But communication is just exchange of information or ideas, messages, speaking, writing. Okay, this is communication. Then means it is done through railways, roadways, waterways, airways, pipelines. So transportation can be done by the airways, roadways, railways, waterways, pipelines. And communication can be done through telephones, mobiles, video conferencing, email, and post, etc. Okay, so this is the differentiation between them. The threats like traffic jam, accident, noise pollution, and air pollution are associated with transportation. Okay, so there is always threats like traffic jam may be there, accident may be there, noise pollution, air pollution. These are always with the transportation. The threats like technical issues, cyber crimes, etc., are associated with communication. So in communication, you have the threats like technical issues may be there, the cyber crimes may happen in communication. Then conventional and modern means of transport, modern means of communication. Now, conventional means of communication, modern means of communication. The means of communication used since olden times, conventional means of communication. Okay, so this is used since from olden times. And the means of communication used in modern times is modern means of communication. The examples are letters, newspaper, radio, television. And here, in modern it is mobile phone, internet, etc. And may not facilitate the direct interaction between sender and receivers of information. So there is no direct interconnection, okay, between the sender and the receiver in conventional means of communication. But your modern means of communication facilitates the direct interaction between the sender and the receiver of information. So here is direct interaction is there in modern means of communication. Now, newspapers are used for communication. Explain the statement. So this statement will be provided to you that newspaper are used for communication and you have to explain it. The news related to economic events, politics, social issues, culture, education, etc. are published in newspapers. Okay. So newspaper play very important role. It whatever is there, the news related to economic events, politics, issues, whatever, or educational, cultural, they are published in the newspaper. Newspaper are cheaper means of communication. Through newspaper, information gets spread to masses at a time. So newspaper are cheapest means of communication. They are very cheaper and they can provide the information to many people at a time. Newspaper are published in various languages. So newspaper are published in multi languages. In this way, newspaper are used for communication. Thus, newspaper are used for communication. So, explanation of this statement is done. Explain how TV is cheap means of communication. Various programs, serials, etc. related to entertainment, social issues, culture, education, politics, economic events, sports, weather conditions, etc. are broadcasted on television. So television of various programs you can see on the televisions related to entertainment issues, social issues, culture, education, politics. So all such type of programs you can see on the television. Through television, the information is exchanged to masses at a time with high speed. Yes, this is very important. Many people at a time only can get the information through television. Television can broadcast both audio and video for communication. In this way, television is cheap means of communication. Thus, TV is a cheap means of communication. What types of communication can be done through mobiles? Now, through mobiles, what communication can be done? Calling and SMS facilitates easy one-to-one communication using mobiles anywhere and at any time. So calling, doing SMS. Okay, so this is the communications. Video conferencing applications like WhatsApp allow one to communicate with many people simultaneously. So we all know what is video conferencing and how we are using the WhatsApp. We all know. Various functions like money transfer, payments of bills, purchase of goods and services, online trading can be done using smartphones, various apps like Beam, SBI, Anywhere, etc. So we all know that because with the help of mobile, having internet, we can do the money transfer. So bills can be paid using different apps. Internet and social media can be accessed through mobile phones. So mobile phones play very important role for communications. 5 cities with airways services in Maharashtra. So these are the 5 cities in Maharashtra which provide air services. That is the Mumbai, Pune, Nagpur, Kolhapur, Aurangabad, Nashik and Nanded. Services available in post offices. Financial services, that is saving scheme, insurance services and mutual funds. So these are the financial services provided by the post office. Then mail services, you all know that speed post is there, postcard, parcel, courier. So these are all facilities or services provided by the post offices. National highway near your area. So national highway, it is maybe Mumbai Goa highway, then Mumbai Bengaluru highway, Mumbai Agra highway. Okay. Ports along the coast of Maharashtra. Now ports: Malvan, Bengaluru, Vasai, Dahanu, Gharapuri. So these are the ports along the coast of Maharashtra. Okay. So here we have done the revision of the lesson. Okay. So here we'll stop. Thank you, students.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes.